welcome to my channel. So after a very long time, MIUI 12 version 20.5.13 has been released for Redmi Note 7. So in this, some bugs are fixed and some improvements are made. So let us see what have been fixed and is it better than the previous one, which is a 20.4.27 build. So we can see more about this in this video. So let me go to the settings and show you in which build it's running. So as you can see, it's running on MIUI 12 version 20.5.13 build. So let me show you the security patch level. So the security patch level is still on 5th April of 2020, and the Android version is running on Android Q, which is the Android 10 version. So the kernel version which it's running as 4.4.192 perf plus kernel. So regarding terms of storage, this ROM occupies nearly about 10.51 GB of storage. So you're remaining with nearly 59 to 60 GB of storage. So let us all see what have been fixed. So the first fix which I have found is that this animation has become much more smoother than the previous one. In the previous one, there was a minor system UI lag when we were minimizing the apps. However, this has been fixed. And also when you try to swipe down your control center, now it feels much more smoother than the previous build. And as you can see, this control center looks much more smoother while swiping down than the previous build. So these are some of the major fixes, and some are the fixes which are done under the hood and I am unable to find it. So let me show you what are the features present. So as you can see here, SIM cards and mobile networks, you have LAN, you have Bluetooth and connection sharing. So let us start from the lock screen. Here in the lock screen you have sleep, which is like the screen out time. You have rise to wake, you have double tap to wake or turn off screen. You have tap fingerprint sensor to wake, you have wake lock screen for notification. You have power menu access, and you have wallpaper carousel, lock screen format and many other options. Also you can launch camera by double press the volume button, so your camera will get launched. Next we can move on to display. Here in the display you can set the brightness level, reading mode and color scheme. Color scheme means like in the previous video of Oxygen OS, there are three options such as vivid, natural and advanced. So in this you have auto recommended, saturated and standard, and you can also select the color temperature which you prefer. So let me click on auto and recommended. So next you have system font, you have system where you can hide your notch and status bar. So as you can see, here you can hide your notch and status bar. When you scroll down, you can find the option notch and status bar where you can hide your notch if you don't like it. As you can see, there are three options as all here available. Don't hide, hide without moving the status bar. As you can see, without moving the status bar, and hide and move the status bar. So you move, so your status bar will get down. So here let me click on don't hide. So these are the options. You can also replace the control center. Control center is this one. So you can also swap it to the left or right. As you can see, switch control center to central side. Here you can change your show LTE icon for 4G. Instead of LTE icon, it will display as 4G. You can show your connection speed. Here all the other options are present. You also have battery indicating that three types are present, where the battery your battery percentage is inside the bar and there is no battery percentage. So these are the options present in the display. Next, when you move to the locks, sound and vibration, here you can set your vibration intensity and haptic feedback vibration. Then you have notifications where you can see your notifications. Next, your home screen. Next, when moving on to the home screen, this is where you can set your app drawer. So the launcher which it's using is a default launcher, which is the system launcher. So to enable app drawer, you need to go to the home screen, click on this option home screen, and enable the home screen with app drawer. So your app drawer will get enabled. So here you can use your global search, and you also have global search provider. So double tap lock screen, all these gestures or shortcut gestures are present. You can change your home screen layout. So you can also see the show memory status options. So these are all you can configure from here. Next, on moving on to the wallpaper, this is where you can set your wallpapers. So I need not to explain it more. So here you have themes, here you have passwords and security. Here in terms of password and security, you have fingerprint unlock and face unlock, 2D face unlock, which works very fine. Next you have privacy and protection. Next you have battery and performance. As you can see, it's the battery and performance. Here you can enable your battery saver, ultra battery saver. You can see your battery usage status, etc. Next, moving on to the additional settings. Here you have all the additional options such as full screen display, where you can enable the full screen gestures. As you can see, this is where you can enable your full screen gestures. So all these, you can also use swipe up from the corner for use Google Assistant. These are all the options where you can find in this area. Next, your button shortcuts. So you have, if you these are for the three button shortcuts, such as if you long press your home screen, you can turn off the screen. So like that, button shortcuts are present over here. Next you have the quick ball option, you have one-handed mode and the accessibility, developer options, etc. Next you have screen time. This is like a digital well-being present in Android 10. Here you can monitor at how much time you have used your screen, etc. Next, you have special features. In these special features, you have game turbo, so which will accelerate your gaming experience. Next, you have video toolbox. As you can see, you have floating window, you have second space. This is like MIUI second space. You have MIUI lab. Here you have AI preloading, which increases the app launch speed. It will increase the apps which you use most, and it will launch much more faster. You have light mode, etc. Next, you have MI account, Google, etc. Privacy, location, services, and feedback. So let us see what all are now present in the home screen. As you can see, if I swipe from the home screen, here at the Google feed, if you don't like this, you can change it to the app vault in the home screen option, which is present in the settings. So the next thing which I noticed is the camera UI has changed a lot and much more faster while switching between video and photo modes. The previous build, it took much more longer time to switch between photo and video mode, but however in this build it has become much more faster. As you can see, portrait mode, everything works fine. However, I cannot able to find the night mode option here. As you can see, sorry, it's here in the more. As you can see, you have night mode, you have Ultra HD, which is the 48 MP camera option. You have panorama, slow motion, time lapse present in the more options. So the camera UI has been improved, everything has been improved. However, there are minor lags present in the animations. So I think so this will get fixed in the future build. So you need to wait for it. So other than this is the review for my ROM, MIUI ROM 20.5.13 for Lavender. On talking how to install this ROM, installing this ROM is pretty simple. You just need to click on your power button and click on reboot and reboot into your recovery mode. I'm using Orange Fox recovery. So whichever recovery, maybe it's TWRP or Orange Fox, you can boot into any of your recovery. Into your recovery, you just need to click on wipe Dalvik Art cache system data. So you need to wipe this. After wiping this, you have to go to the place where you stored your ROM folder. As in my case, I stored it in my SD card. As you can see, here is the ROM folder. Xiaomi.eu multi HM Note 7 20.5.13 version 12 10 zip. You need to flash this zip. After flashing this zip, if you want Magisk, you can flash Magisk. So after flashing the Magisk, you can just click on reboot and your system will get rebooted. The initial boot will take some nearly 10 to 15 minutes. If it does not get booted after that, you need to go over here, which is click on menu, click on manage partition and click on data, and you have to click on this tick button and you have to format your data. This may be due to corrupted data, so you need to go ahead and format data and your ROM will get booted within 5 to 10 minutes. So thank you geeks for watching. Hope I see you again in my next video. Please join my Telegram channel for more updates and announcements. Peace out geeks, stay home, stay safe.